This is Lorenzo, and this is the Lifestyle Design Taxonomy video series, lesson number 12. It's on our weekly health schedule framework. In this video, we're going to learn how to create the ideal weekly health schedule by identifying which of the 4 health activities varies on a day-to-day basis. It's mostly training and eating. And then we're going to create the ideal weekday and weekend view of those unique health activities and do it in a way that integrates with our weekly work schedule. For those of you who are following this video series with the taxonomy, in the previous video, we created the ideal weekly work schedule. And in this video, we're going to go and create the ideal weekly health schedule. See you inside. As we saw in the previous video, the purpose of a weekly schedule is to give us a weekday and weekend view of our daily activities, specifically for those that vary on a day-to-day basis. For example, recall in the previous video, we looked at the daily work activity serve or service, and we saw that this could mean a couple of things. It could mean creating content, it could mean coaching, consulting, but this is an umbrella term for many different types of services. And so while I engage in service every single day, I needed to see what type of service I do which day of the week. Now, when it comes to activities of health, we can see that sleep just means one thing. It means to sleep. It's not going to vary. Same with walking. Walking just means one thing, to walk. Now, you could, for example, walk outdoors versus on a treadmill indoors. You could couple it with a social activity like going for a hike. But for the most part, walking just means one thing, to walk. Now, because my diet stays the same every single day, eating just means eating. I don't need a weekly view of when I eat different things. However, it can be useful, and I used to do this. You can have a weekly schedule for your meals where your dinners are different each night. So Monday through to Sunday, for every dinner, you could have a different meal plan. Of these 4 activities, your training will vary the most. Most people want to exercise or move their bodies on a day-to-day basis, but you will do something different or should do something different on a day-to-day basis. Therefore, we need a weekly exercise schedule showing us what workout we plan on doing which day of the week. We saw that in my daily health schedule video that I plan on training between 2 and 4 p.m. every day. So it's a 2-hour block dedicated specifically for exercise. But what I need now is a weekly view of what workout I plan on doing which day of the week and plan it in such a way that it doesn't conflict or is compatible with my weekly work schedule. There are 3 steps you need to take to create the ideal weekly health or training schedule. Step number 1 is decide what time you will be training every single day. We already know that I plan on training 2 to 4 p.m. Step 2, select an exercise program based on your available time. Because my schedule is quite flexible, I can dedicate about a 2-hour block to exercise daily. I can go on an advanced exercise program. Step number 3, we want to make sure that our exercise program is compatible with or doesn't conflict with our unique weekly work activities. For example, because the best time for me to train is between 2 and 4 p.m. on a day-to-day basis, this may not be possible on some days. For example, I'm doing a coaching call on Thursdays between 3 and 5 p.m., so I may have to move this training block around. And as well, some Saturdays, if I'm doing a workshop, I may either not train that day, or I'm either going to have to train early in the morning or later that afternoon. As I mentioned before, I created 3 universal exercise programs that will fit anyone's schedule. The split body program, which is a 3-hour weekly commitment, the total body program, which is a 5-hour commitment, and the hybrid body program, which is a 7-hour weekly commitment. Currently, I'm on the total body program, which consists of at least 10 split body routines, which is roughly 5 to 7 hours of training each week. So every Monday between 2 and 4 p.m., I will do 2 routines, the balance gymnastics track coupled with the row gymnastics track. The balance routine is a lower body gymnastics routine, and the row routine is a upper body gymnastics pulling routine. Every Tuesday, I'll do the gymnastics push track followed by the gymnastics bridge track. So 2 total routines, which I'll also do 2 to 4 p.m. on a Tuesday, since it doesn't conflict with any other work activities. Every Wednesday, I will do the cycle complex, focus either on speed or endurance. It's only one routine, which I can do between 2 and 4 p.m. still, as it doesn't conflict with any work activities at that time. Every Thursday, I will do the gymnastics pull track, followed by the raise track, which is a core routine focused on the anterior chain. And since I'm coaching on Thursday between 3 and 5 p.m., I cannot train between 2 and 4 p.m. So I'll have to do this workout between 12 and 2 p.m. instead. Every Friday, I'll do the gymnastics shift track, followed by the gymnastics invert track, which is also 2 routines lasting no longer than an hour. And since I don't have any other unique work activities going on, I can still do it between 2 and 4 p.m. Moving on to our weekend, which concludes our weekday training routine as the most important routines. I think of my weekend routines as bonus. Every Saturday, on the Saturdays that I don't have a workshop, I will be doing the gymnastics dip routine, gymnastics lean routine, focused on the lateral chain or obliques, which I will finish off with a run or a row. If I don't have a workshop on that Saturday, I will do this routine between 2 and 4 p.m. still. But on the Saturdays, I have a workshop. I will either do this routine on the Sunday, or I will choose to do the dip and lean track after 5 p.m. or before 9 a.m. So in summary, this is my weekly health training schedule, which is important to have because if we just say we're going to exercise between 2 and 4 p.m., but we don't specify exactly what we're going to do, then we have a low probability of actually following through. Not only do we want to make sure that our weekly health schedule and specifically our training schedule is well balanced, but that it also integrates and does not conflict with your weekly work schedule.